oh, Luke's trying to be the best boxer in the world. No, Dyson just loves to fight. I remember the first time I ever got arrested. I got rugby tackles straight through a window, straight through a bucky's window where I was kidnapped. The guy committed murder a few weeks after, straight on his own doorstep. And I don't know whether it's pure fear or adrenaline, probably both. And I somehow managed to mash this man up in like first round. Smack someone up, I'm not getting locked up, everyone's buzzing, and I've been paid for it. After going through all that and being in them situations, no one will ever take me for a dickhead again. I swear down, he kicked me. I did a 360, bro, yeah. Chicken and chips happened, he got put straight through the rope.
You knocked him out, but his head ended up in a plate of chicken and chips.
Tied me to a chair, asked me which finger they wanted to take off, force-fed me magic mushrooms.
How many have you lost?
Bro, records are for DJs. UFC, I couldn't even spell it till a couple of years ago. MMA could have been an STI if you deserved it, but he got put out in 30 seconds flat. Not even that really, was it, bro? A big reason why I'm driven now, brother, is for my parents to prove that I was worth it. Delivery, it's Dyson, surprise, man. You know?
You lot know I don't mess about when it comes to gear. So when I say this wallet's a game changer, I mean it. This right here is the Extra Wallet Pro. Sleek, smart, none of that bulky, brick in your pocket nonsense. You open it up, you tap a button, and bang. Your cards pop up, pick the one you want, put it back in your pocket in seconds. And if you're a bit of a jet setter, like yours truly, you've got to see this. This is the Esta Travel Pack Vacuum Kit. It comes with this clever little pump. You press a button and it sucks the air out your packaging tubes. You're saving space, keeping your gear tidy and looking like a pro while you're at it. And don't even start with all that, oh, I lost my wallet stuff. Not anymore, mate, because this thing, it's packing the Extra Finder card, built with an Apple Find My. So if you lose it, you can track it down straight from your phone. It even rings, so you can hear it hiding in your sofa. Extra's summer sale is on now until August the 18th, and you can get 32% off across the board, but because you're listening to this and watching this, you're getting even more. Use the code TERRY at checkout for an extra 10% on top. All you need to do is hit that link below, partner.extra.com/criminal connection, or scan the QR code if you're watching. Don't hang about, this stuff's flying out the door. Welcome back to the Criminal Connection podcast, and this episode is proudly brought to you by Betovo. Welcome back to the Criminal Connection podcast, and today we've got a guy. His name is Luke Dynamo Dyson, and he loves having a fucking tear up. He's had 158 fights, and I'd probably say he's without a doubt one of the most active fighters in the world. Anytime, any place, anywhere. Put your hands together for Luke Dyson in the house. Woohoo!
Absolute pleasure, my brother. Thank you.
I just thought I'd clap for you because it's only me. I know you normally have a bigger crowd. But...
No, usually I don't get a clap. I just get boos.
Oh, really?
So we're happy with that. We're happy.
Oh no, because you know you're the bad man, aren't you?
Well, apparently, mate. Yeah,
you're the bad guy.
I only like to paint as a bad guy, but yeah. Always the away fighter, always the underdog. But that's how we get the opportunities. That's how we've got where we've got. Wicked. That's how I'm sat in front of you today, brother Sword, you know?
Yeah, so, I mean, a lot of people will have followed your career or will have seen clips of your career. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's obviously the chicken in the box. that was
chicken and chips, not me.
Chicken, you know, but we will talk about it, but that's very funny. But the thing I think a lot of people will be interested in is obviously the man behind the myth and the legend, because obviously people only see you on social media or when you're fighting. So what would be lovely, Luke, is just to tell us a little bit about, you know, where you was born, where you grew up.
Yeah, man. Right, well, let's go for it. I'm Luke, 32-year-old. I was born in a place called Dewsbury in West Yorkshire. Not many people might know about it. I moved to Huddersfield. I was adopted and moved to Huddersfield when I was 5. With my adopted parents, both beautiful people, both still about today, both still doing everything they can for me. And yeah, just life, you know, just growing up with a life was just, I was just a very angry and confused child. I've said it before, very angry, very confused. It's probably a lost, it's always start on my own, doing my own kind of thing, do you know. Bit of a victim really, brother, do you know. Well, yeah, quite a victim for a long, long time. And then, yeah, just grew up in and out of bed and breakfast, in and out of kids' homes, in and out of places to stay, like flats. I'd had multiple flats. People would be burning them down. People would be kicking the doors in. Do you know? I had quite.
So were you with your adopted parents throughout, or did you?
So what it was is, brother, when I moved in with my adopted parents, obviously from a young age, as young as I could, I just had a horrible temper. I was horrible to them, brother. They didn't deserve it. They give me a beautiful life. They're both beautiful people. But I don't know, just anger and sadness and rejection, bro. And probably confusion. It's probably stuff I still can't unpack to this day at this age. Which is obviously a big reason why I'm driven now, brother, is for my parents and, you know, for the people around me in it to prove that I was worth it. But yeah, so just, yeah, like I said, growing up angry, confused, just directing a lot of it towards them, towards myself. And then obviously I got kicked out. I couldn't live there anymore. It wasn't a state of I got kicked out. They tried to do everything. I wasn't plausible for me to live at home anymore. I think I probably lived with my parents probably about 8 years, maybe give or take. But I was horrible, mate. I didn't deserve to be there. But then I was going through a lot of traumatic things as well, even still growing up, brother, you know, like out and about on the streets, bro, like just key instances, you know, like things that stand out in my life, just situations that I shouldn't have been involved in, that places that had no place for a young teenager or for a young child to be involved in. And I think now I'm older, obviously I realise that these things do take effect on you as you get older. I think people don't unpack trauma as much, do they, bro? Like,
well, I think, like you said, if you're growing up and you're in that thing and you're sort of seeing madness around you, I mean, what was the sort of stuff that you sort of experienced? Was it just people like?
Oh, well, obviously we do the same stuff like being beaten up and that, but that's just day-to-day activities, isn't it? Like having a scrap and having a fight. Right. But like, there's one instance I can remember, brother, I was kidnapped at the age of 14 and it was by a murderer, and the guy committed murder a few weeks after, straight on his own doorstep, bro. Kicked a lad to death outside, beat him to death. The few of them kidnapped me, bro. They tied me up in the house, up in Brockholes in Huddersfield, tied me to a chair, asked me which finger they wanted to take off, force-fed me magic mushrooms, and then kept me in the living room, brother.
I bet he was having a great time.
Yeah, no, well, at the time, because I was so young, I think it was more fear, bro. Like, luckily, I managed to go out into the garden, and he took me let me go for a piss, and had all this, I think it was called a fly garrick or something, I don't know, this is what they told me. I'm still not too up to date with them. Right. A couple of my mates are, but I'm not. I'm spatting them out, and then they kept me in the living room.
And what was that was just done for a laugh, or
that was just done over some bird that had nothing to do with, yeah. So over some stupid situation, mate. I think the guy was just a nutter. I think he murdered the lad over a few weeks later. For absolutely zero reason.
He's obviously doing life in jail, right?
Well, I don't know how long he got. I mean, it was such a long time ago now, brother, that obviously he could be anywhere doing anything. Yeah. I'd love for him to fucking come and try it again.
Yeah.
Trust me, brother. But no, sadly, obviously, a man lost his life, so I think that was obviously terrible. But then again, at the same time, brother, to look back at that and to think like, obviously the situation I was in, and I mean, some people can be in that situation with them people, but is that person really capable of it? Well, obviously, I found out that guy really was capable of it, bro. So even then at the young age, and you know, just stupid situations, bro, like when I had my flat up in Everton and they set fire to my flat and I lost my dog. You know, just like little heartbreaking things like that, bro. Just, yeah, getting kicked out of bed and breakfast because I'd have my front door booted off and I'd be beaten up and robbed and they'd be like, oh, it's your fault. Do you know? Right. And then I moved from.
And this was in Harrogate,
Huddersfield, and then
because Huddersfield is
it's a pretty rough place. Yeah. I mean, compared to where we are now, I mean, I'm not too sure. Obviously, like with London being around, it can be a lot more. But for me, bro, I'm just one person. I think Huddersfield's like it's a big town. Right. I was only one little small lad in that big population, brother. Yeah. So, I mean, I put myself in the situations as much as. Right. Do you know what I mean?
Was that just because you was just like you had sort of no direction, you didn't have your parents, so you was just like you were sort of looking for trouble and it was finding you, sort of thing?
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, man, this is what I always say: whether it's my fault or whether it's not my fault, life deals your hands, doesn't it? But you put yourself in situations. So, like, because like you said, no direction. My parents are at home, like they're at their house. I'm in a flat or I'm in a bed and breakfast in a completely different part of the country. Town, like obviously catchment area, West Yorkshire, moving around the catchment area from Huddersfield, Batley, You're back to Huddersfield through different parts of Huddersfield. So obviously you've not got anyone around, have you, bro, to tell you no, to put you in your place.
And with your real parents, did you ever find out who they were? Did you ever get connected to them, or have they always just sort of never got in touch?
It's one of them, bro, where dad, my mum and dad watch my stuff online, so they probably will see this. I know who my real parents are.
Oh, you do, right?
I do,
right.
yeah. Put it this way. It's an hard one, this, brother. It's an hard one. It really is hard. I think as when you're older, you always grow. You see now, now I'm older, my brother, I realised what I was blessed with. 2 beautiful parents that gave me a beautiful life, bro, and beautiful opportunities. And like, I fucked my life up. So if I didn't have them, I can only imagine where I'd be.
It's been a lot worse.
Yeah, so to be aware of that now and to see what they gave me, it's a beautiful thing. But then back when I was younger, bro, I was just an angry child. So like, I always had these, the Tracy Beaker, you know, when you sat there and you're doing the, oh, my mum and dad are going to come through in a limousine and pick me up one day.
Right.
So unfortunately that never happened. And I found out who my mum and dad my real parents were.
Right.
And then from that day, I've obviously been eternally grateful for what I was blessed with, bro.
Yeah.
Well,
I think in life you can take the hands you're dealt, and you can complain about them, or you can embrace them and just like deal with it. You know what I mean?
I say this all the time, my brother. You can either sit on your ass and cry and look to the world as a victim, which is what I did for so long, for years on end. I sat in the world and I'm like, why me? And then one day I sat there and I realised, like, me, Luke, come on, you know, like, if anyone's going to do something about it, it's going to be you. Do you know what I mean? And it's as simple as that. And this is God's honest truth. And this is a thing, you know, I think in 2025, a lot of people get mixed up, and a lot of people, I think we've enabled people to sit down and make excuses.
Right.
Your excuses get you fucking nowhere, guys. The only thing that's going to get you somewhere is getting up off your ass, no matter how crap you feel. Because, brother, we all go through hell. Do you know, like when you're asking me my story, this, when I'm saying it, I'm not trying to make it seem worse to other people or try to get sympathy. This is just my story. It is what it is, black and white, how it is. Some people have it a hell of a lot worse. Some people have it a hell of a lot better. But all affects us each in his own ways, brother. Do you understand? So we either sit on his ass and look to the world as we're a victim, or we...
And when you got to, I mean, did you like school, or was you not really?
See, with school, my brother, school, they never gave up on me. They put me in they put me in pupil referral unit through year 8, and then through year 10 and 11, because I wasn't actually living with my parents. I was obviously in the kids' homes, living on people's couches and living in flats and stuff. It was just all so turbulent, even within those 2 years, bro.
Right.
They supported me. So, like, there was 2 teachers, Mr. Curry, my head of year, and Mr. Thika, I don't know if they're still about. 2 amazing people. They never give up on me, bro, even though I was such an angry, horrible child. They kept me through school. 10 and 11, I was doing, like, work placements. Like, I'd work in, like, nurseries or schools or builders, merchants. I worked everywhere with them. So 3 days a week working as, like, a apprenticeship kind of thing, but not paid. And then 2 days a week in school. So, yeah, they supported me. But in the school, same, bro, like, I think I just didn't fit in. Maybe down to my own, maybe down to myself, bro. You know, it might not have been other people. I just didn't fit in, bro.
Well, I think if nobody knows what you're going through, and obviously if what you're going through is not what they're going through, you end up not you know, you don't end up gelling.
And I think other people are going through as well, aren't they, bro? Like, so even people that are nasty, maybe, you never know what they're going through, you know, is what it is. But at the end of the day, brother, it's just is what it, people, everyone goes through things like, in it, like what I went through, something, but I've got mates, bro, that have been through a million times worse. Right. Do you know what I mean? And they're still here, they're still smiling, do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't mind to cry about anything, but you either use things as ammunition and you use things to enable you, or you use things to disable you, innit?
And when you come out of, like, you know, but when the school sort of bit ended, what was you doing at that point? Was you sort of just still getting in trouble?
Yeah, it was really bad at that point. Obviously, I was just getting arrested constantly. It was just constant arrest after arrest, because I was so young, and I was just hanging around with kids and hanging around Huddersfield Town Centre. And as everyone will know, back then we were just proper little bastards, mate. You know, I remember the first time I ever got arrested. I was running up the road, and I got rugby tackled straight through a window by an armed copper, man, straight through a Bucky's window, Coral Bucky's. I remember him pinning me down like that. He's going, I've got him. And I'm looking up at him, and he's just dripping blood. Yeah, I didn't have no hair, bro, and he's just dripping blood straight in my face, man. I was like flipping it. Is that were back when the Nokia bricks were about.
Right,
The purple ones with the orange lights up the side.
Yeah.
And I stashed one down my pants, and then they caught me with it.
And what was you arrested for?
That was an assault on someone, but it was
Right.
an assault I didn't have nothing to do with, thankfully.
Right.
But it was still just like I said, brother. You know, at the end of the day, whether I directly had anything to do with the assault or not, I was still involved with the people that were around there. So at the end of the day, I paid the price. You know, you put yourself in that situation, you get arrested, you spend the night with them, you're guilty by association, whether you've done it or not, brother.
And over those like years, I mean, like you said, you was getting arrested a lot. Was it always for like violence, or was
it was just violence, just dumb crap, brother. Do you know, just stupid shit. Like I'd get out of cells and 24 hours later I'd be back in cells. Not even that. Same coppers, honestly. The same coppers have arrested me within the space of 24 hours, and it's just. I don't know. Sometimes when you're on that path, you're on that path, aren't you? But it's self-destruct. You know.
Did you actually ever get any actual real jail time?
I've never done jail. I've never been to jail, thank God, brother. And God willing, I never do go to jail. Do you know, if I was going to do it, I hope that, if I was going to do it, it'd have been a long time ago. Because I really don't think my mental health's built for that now. No. Everything I do in life now is to keep me on the straight and narrow. So to go somewhere like that would take away every tool I've got, and it'd just be dark.
Would you say that when you actually, because you've obviously had up to this point 158 fights, how long have you actually been fighting for?
3 years now.
Right, 3 years. So if you rewind to what was the sort of journey when you, like you said, you were fighting, you were getting nicked, you were getting in trouble. When did that sort of end, or was that the transition when someone said you should actually start fighting? And
so it went. So basically, my time in Huddersfield came to an end. I was living at the kids' home. A lot of lads come to beat up another lad called Scott that lived at the kids' home. And I've gone outside like a numpty. Oh, lads, you know, gang-ridden area, bro, on my own. Oh, lads, you know what I mean? This ain't a good idea. Well, it's someone who's going to whip you back.
Right.
Oh, bam, I got blammed in the face with a breeze block and battered.
Right.
So, yeah, I moved from that day, a man came over from Halifax and offered me an opportunity at like a moving on children's home. So, like, your own apartment. Basically independent living but supported. So I went over there, and then I developed a new life in Halifax. So do you know what I mean? It's only 20 minutes away, but it's a completely different place. Developed a new life, but then the issue that I had there was the behaviour that you have in Huddersfield is completely different to the behaviour I had in Halifax.
Right.
So then, whereas it's all like gangster mentality in Huddersfield, it's like it was a bit more of a different place in Halifax. So
is it sort of like cream teas and?
You can say that it still maybe is, but it's obviously it's got its serious side, but it's this population of 200,000 people, brother. Do you know what I mean? And 98% of that's sheep and cows. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're more inclined to find an alien walking down the street, bro, than a criminal. But I don't know. No, it's got its places, but it was a lot easier just to get along with things in Halifax. But at the same time, then you actually fall into like I think with Halifax, it's drugs, bro. Like, that's the sad thing with Halifax. It's like a very dark cloud over it.
Did you kind of get involved?
Yeah, really badly, bro. From straight away, like, there was the days back on, there's a place called Union Street, and that's where my moving on kids home was, right at the end, on the end of Union Street, and it's a very notorious street, still is. Basically, it's where everyone... I don't want to say, because I don't want to badmouth or put anyone down, but it's basically where we'd all go, we'd party, we'd take drugs, and we'd do it for days on end.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? It was a disgusting place to be, bro. So yeah, just did all that. Then I had my first son, bro, and then I wish I could sit there and say that I got better, bro, and that having my son.
What was it just, do you think, because it was out of boredom, you was just in this place and people were doing it, and you went...
it was bad. Maybe boredom, maybe being accepted, maybe I just liked it, brother, as well. And maybe I think sometimes I didn't fall into addiction ever. Like with addiction with the coke, that was great. Like later on, like that was when my life really got bad. I think back then it was just partying, drugs, and just being involved in the scene, brother.
So what was it sort of like, puff and ease and...
pills and just, I think it was them horrible days when that or MCAT drug was about and that, you know.
What's that?
Oh, do you remember that? Oh, someone's added it. Someone mentioned that, it was just some disgusting drug that come out back in the day. It was like the new thing, and it came and went like that, but it was... It destroyed everyone, mate. It got everyone.
So what actually was it? Was it?
It was a...
Was it
fertilizer.
Plant fertilizer. Yeah, so basically like a chemical thing, but like a I don't have a clue about the compounds or the
Right.
whatever.
I've never heard of it. That's what I
It's
wonder.
disgusting. That's what it is. I don't know. Maybe if someone watches it and puts in the comments what it was
Right.
disgusting and it destroyed lives. One of them, I think it were a legal thing that someone then discovered that could get you absolutely smashed. So then they pretty quickly made it illegal.
Right.
But yeah, it flooded the towns where we lived, didn't it? Infested it really bad. Yeah, cheap as chips as well. And then, yeah, we move on, don't we, bro? And then we get older. See, I was still only about 16, 17 then. And then I moved out of the children's home, started getting into living on my own fully, without social services and without anything. And then, yeah, things just... You start making, as you get older, you start making not proper mates, but you start going a bit further up, don't you? And I was going drinking on town and doing the stuff like that, and then from town it just goes to, I was hanging with the wrong kind of people, doing the wrong kind of things, and really getting involved in the wrong kind of trouble. But then that sort of lifestyle, it all comes as one big thing, doesn't it, bro? So you got the crime, you got the arrests, the time in the cells, the drugs, the lifestyle, do you know what I mean? The no sleeping, the paranoia, everything, brother, that all dwindles into one.
And with the, as you said, you went out and you was hanging around with the wrong people, and then you ended up obviously going on to sort of coke and stuff. How did you sort of? What was the turning point for you to actually sort of stop doing all that and then sort of change your focus?
I always say, bro, and it's a mad time. It was one of my friends, Martin McDonough, he's not here anymore. God rest him. You remember, don't you, Louis? And another lad from Halifax, and we were sat in my kitchen, right? And we're having a discussion, and it was literally how we started this. Like, oh, I'm crying to the world, bro. Like, and you know what I mean? Like, Luke, oh, I'm this and that, and they're saying to me, Luke, listen. What you need to do is, Mike said to me, Luke, you need to go to the gym. He said, the gym will change your life. He said, and how bad was I back then, Lou? I was 7 stone, sweat through. Like, right. I didn't look anything like I did. Even the picture someone tried out of me with on Facebook the other day, like trying to put it out like I was bad. I was like 6 weeks into my gym then, do you know what I mean? I look good compared to what but yeah. So yeah, he basically said, "Look, the gym will change your life." I went down, and honestly, me and Lou went down, didn't we, Lou? Me and Lou, we my best mate. We do everything we've done for the first time together. So yeah, we went down to the gym. We hit the gym, and honestly, but I just never looked back. The gym changed my life. It changed. I used to go to the gym with my mates, and I used to sit outside, and I used to smoke out. I used to say, going into the gym. I said, why are you not going in gym? You're idiots, man. I'll sit there and my mates will come in the comments and they'll say it's true, but I'll never lie about no. And they'll sit and I'll just sit there going like that. But then I went and it changed my life, bro. And like,
so what did you start doing? Just normal stuff, cardio, weights?
Yeah, just going in, banging over weights, boom, lifted it up. And then after a couple of months, I took a photo. And we thought we look all right here. Right. And I started going out and everyone's like, flipping it, Luke. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're looking all right. So then what it was is, it went through a stage, bro. So I went through a stage where everything was really clean and everything was really good. But then I got to a stage where I thought I looked immense. Right. So then I started going back out on the party scene again. Right. And then I think when you got a bit of size and you're out all the time and you got that attitude, just things started going wrong. I was on quite a few police charges just for incidents. There was that incident on my birthday, wasn't there? Yeah, there was that incident on my birthday. Thankfully, that was an NFA. And then there was another so I got arrested for a Section 18 wounding. Right.
On your birthday?
Yeah, on my birthday. Right. Quite a mad night. Won't go too much into it anyway, got NFA'd. And then I said, I'm not doing this anymore. Do you know what I mean? Come out, went home, and I sat down and 100% I wasn't going to do it anymore. But then the police called me and rearrested me for another Section 18. For doing the exact same thing, but 2 weeks previously to this other accusation. So it was really to the face, like, yo, Luke, like, do you know what I mean? Even though this is how close you could be to getting in trouble, and if you don't sort yourself out, you are going to actually get in trouble here. Do you know?
And that's when you thought, I might as well actually get paid for it.
Well, no, do you know what? It was never. So me and Louis, so then we went into lockdown, didn't we? And there was a thing, QFC, Quarantine Fight Club it was, and basically a load of the local lads used to meet up during quarantine and smack each other up. Yeah, no, there was hardly any rules. There weren't no regulations. Obviously, it was locked down. No one's allowed to do it. But we loved it, didn't we? Everyone loved it. It was just loads of local lads smacking each other up. No professionalism, no. And so, when me and Louis, you were squatting town, and the head doorman used to be one of the QFC lads, the guy who run it.
Right.
So me and Louis would be going, oh, get us a fight. I'm going, I'm going to fight him, and you're going to fight me. And because I'd be getting in scraps and that in town as well, he'd be obviously seeing that as head doorman. And obviously then he goes, rung me one day, call my bluff. I was 7 in the morning, Luke, are you ready for a fight? I've got your novice boxing match in Birmingham.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, boxing match. I'm like, well, it's like a fight in the street, but you got gloves on, so I'm not going to go. And then, so I goes to Louis, let's go. So we jumped in car, me and him went to Birmingham. And I brought, like, look, he'll tell you, I don't watch sport, bro. Like, UFC, I couldn't even spell it till a couple of years ago, till we went to watch it. MMA could have been an STI for all I bloody knew. Like, honestly, I didn't have a... So, we got to this place, where Black Country wanted it in Wolverhampton. Yeah. And I walked in. The cage should have probably given it away, but that's how ignorant I was. I walked straight past that, straight back into rules meeting him back. And they're all going, who's doing pro MMA? And I was looking at him like I'm looking at you and looking around like that, and everyone's like looking at me. I'm like, what's going on here? What's this pro MMA they're talking about? And then Wheater and Daz come through. Shout out to Wheater, you know what I mean? I love you, bro. And they come through. Got me dressed in these stupid shorts, bro. Put some stupid gum shield in my mouth. There's a picture on it. And the thing is, I had a broken face as well, didn't I? So the bouncers from a nightclub had beat me up a few nights before. And I don't know how I did it, bro. You can see them, one of my profile photos, I got a broken nose there, 2 black eyes there. Somehow they signed my medical off. And I got in the cage, bro. And I don't know if it's pure fear or adrenaline, probably both. And I somehow managed to mash this man up in like first round.
Right.
And they give me an envelope, they give me a trophy, and I filled my trophy full of Jack Daniels and I drunk it. I thought, flipping it, this is ace. I thought, I've just rode out to end the country with me, mate, smacked someone up, I'm not getting locked up, everyone's buzzing, and I've been paid for it. So then from there, bro, it was just like, obviously, like I was a walking advertisement as well. Like I looked all right, like I've been going to the gym, like I do look the part. If you want to say, what would a fighter look like I put a lot of work into it, so like I look the part, bro. And obviously we've not been the highest skilled fighter as well. People willing just to pay me to turn up and have a go.
So what was your sort of training regime then? Or didn't you have one there?
I'm not doing none of that. Well, we didn't at the start, did we, bro?
He bought a weight bench and put it in his living room.
Oh, yeah.
That was the main thing.
I did. I bought a weight bench, yeah. And I swear to God, didn't I? I bought the weight bench and I said, watch me. I said, watch me. Watch what I do to myself. And they all laughed. They all laughed, bro, because I was sat in my living room. And they all laughed. Now, I'm not fucking laughing now, are you, dickheads? Sorry, I'm allowed to swear on it.
So whatever you like.
But no. But yeah, there was no training, like, even with the fighting, brother, do you know what, for a long time, you see, this is what a lot of people get it twisted, bro. They think, oh, Luke's trying to be the best world boxer in the world. No, Dyson just loves to fight. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love money and I love fighting. So if I get paid for fighting, I'm going to continue to do it for as long as I can. And do you know what I mean? And seize every opportunity. So like, at the end of the day, bro, like, what can I do? I can go out in town and get pissed on the weekend, yeah, and get in a load of crap. Or someone can ring me and say, hey, Luke, come to Indigo at the O2. Come and have a scrap. Do you know what I mean? In front of Roy Jones Jr. Do you know what I mean?
Why not?
And the other people that are asked to win or lose are the trolls online, bro, because I ain't asked if I win or lose. I just am turning up and having a laugh, doing my best.
So you done your first fight, like you said, and you weren't really training for it.
No.
But you know, the output of fights you've had, there's so many, right? And how long did it take you before you actually went, right, I'm going to start training for this and actually doing it properly?
About a year and a half.
Right, so
About a year and a half.
of winging it.
Yeah, a year and a half of winging it. Training really did make a difference, but obviously it does. It's common sense, innit? Like at the end of I was so ignorant, bro, and I just, because I didn't want to be the best fighter in the world, bro. I was just having fun doing what I'm doing. So like when I'm turning up and I was like, oh, you should have trained, you should have warmed up, you should be warming up, Luke. I'm like, Right. You know what I mean? I'm not really arsed. I'm just here to have a scrap and get paid. Do you know what I mean? Like fighting professional MMA against an undefeated pro, like I ain't gonna win. Do you know what I mean? fucking stupid. But yeah, I mean, I'm here to get choked out and get my cash and punching them as hard as I can.
Right.
But yeah, so we learned after a while, bro, things started stepping up. And then, do you know what it is? I started documenting, like, obviously my journey online. And I realised, obviously, you humble yourself in the sport, bro. The sport will humble you. And at the end of the day, you can't fight the people I'm fighting and try to take the sport for a joke, or it'll take you for a joke. Do you know what I mean? I've paid my price in a few ways. I've took my embarrassing losses, bro. And it took me, I've come to the realisation you've got to put the respect in it. So now I do put my work in. And I'll travel across the country to train, just like I've travelled across to chat to yourself.
So
today.
what does it look like when you do you train every day, or do you have like a day off? Or?
Constantly,
Right.
every single day, brother. Like, workout warehouse will back me up. I'll be in there on a Sunday morning, broken, battered and bruised, bro, and I'll be pushing that iron. Do you know what I mean? Like, after, even this weekend, brother, do you know what I mean? I was out on a Friday in London, straight back, got home at 5 a.m. from the Indigo at the O2, woke up, went to Sixway Stadium, had another fight, full distance, got home for 2 a.m, woke up, straight into my EMS the next day, do you know, electric thing all for my body. Do you know what I mean?
Is that good?
Well, yeah, I loved it.
Right, because someone said that you just strap these things to you and it gives you,
Yeah.
and it definitely works.
Proper workout, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, proper, well better than, so it's like going to the gym, but it's fucking well harder, but you do so much less. It's mental. But yeah, I'd advise it. If there's an opportunity to go get it, go do it, mate. Yeah, 100%. Gives you a right good bump, man.
and then do you do, so you do that, and then you do obviously weights. Do you do a lot of circuit training and running and stuff?
Nah, I don't know. Right. Do you know, the running, I get bad shin splints and that, do you know what I mean? Things like thunder me, boom, boom, boom. Like, probably a bit too heavy for my legs, bro. So, yeah, I thunder on my shins. I tried to do what we're doing, like 5K in 18 minutes. I mean, it don't mean much to people. It don't really mean much to me either, to be quite honest. But, yeah, I was getting really bad shin splints all up my leg and that, bro. So I stopped all that off. And I mean, 5 rounds, people asking me to fight 5 rounds, 6 rounds, 7 rounds. I know I can do that, so I can get.
What are they, 2 minutes or 3 minute rounds?
Yeah, 2 minutes. I've done 3 minutes. I've done loads of 3 minutes. I mean, when I used to do the MMA, the pro MMA, the amateur MMA, they're like 3 minute and 5 minute rounds, aren't they? But it's flipping hard work, that. Fucking hard work, that. Fighting for 2 minutes in a boxing ring's hard, never mind 5 minutes.
Right.
But yeah.
And when, and you've obviously won titles along the way, right? So, what was your first title that you won?
My first title, you mentioned this actually. So my first title was on my good friend Scott McHugh's show.
Right.
Big up to Scott McHugh, one of the best bare knuckle fighters in the whole of the United Kingdom, in the whole of the world actually. The guy's got some serious accolades. So big up to Scott McHugh, won it on some McHugh's promotions at Prism Nightclub in Leeds on my fiance's birthday against one of Dana White's #1 slap fighters at the moment, Darren the Tarantula Godfrey.
How did you fight him?
I thought, you know Darren.
Right, he's been on, yeah.
Has Darren been off, yeah? So Darren, I won my first ever title against Darren, bro.
Right.
Yeah, it was a. Do you know what? He's a very similar man to myself, bro.
Right.
And in the way that he turned up with his missus, it's always just me and my missus.
Right.
Well, obviously I have my friends and my family, but it was me and my missus, and we'll rock up, missus in the corner, and we'll just have it. And do you know what it is? We had it that night, and somehow I came away victorious, and he's gone on his own path now, and he's shining, mate. I mean,
slapping people around.
Yeah, mate. I had a good conversation. One of my other friends has been out on one of Eddie Hall's shows in Dubai this weekend, and he's just knocked someone out with slapping. So yeah, I mean, it's taking over that slapping at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a mad thing. You know, when he was telling me about it, I did just sort of think, you know, it's probably more dangerous than because you literally stand there and they tee you up 1, 2, and it's like bang.
And you can't flinch, can you? But you can't flinch, otherwise you're taking it again. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You've got to shrug that one and think, right now, I'm fucked up there, I'm taking it again now.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Can't knock the lads for the opportunities. And do you know what it is, brother? Like, people say I'm fucking mental for what I do and for the way I do it, and people give me so much fucking hate online. Do you know what it is? If the lads are getting paid and they're loving it, can go for it. And do you know what the thing is, bro? There's a lot of lads on this boxing scene because a lot of this slap fighting come from the boxing. Right. A lot of lads on the boxing scene, bro, they just come from dark places, bro. Like, they're just, either way, one or another is running away from something, bro. You're either trying to prove something, either to yourself or to everyone else. Right. So a lot of people come from a dark place, bro, so they are asked. I mean,
so out of them 158 fights, how many have you lost?
Not got a clue. As I say, this is my favourite saying, bro. Records are for DJs. If I wanted to be a fucking DJ, I'd be in Yates' spinning tunes, wouldn't I? Right. but I'm not. I've said, do you know what I mean? I'm here sat with yourself. So, nah, I'm not bothered about records. I've had 158 fights, bro. I smack them, they smack me. Someone smacks harder. Either way, I get paid. I walk out richer than I walked in. And bro, I'm always, look at me now. I'm happy. I'm smiling. People seem to think I'm a fucking idiot. I can talk to you quite intelligently, can't I?
Right, yeah,
I'm quite
sure.
an intellectual chat right now. You know what I mean? People seem to think I'm like verbal words. I'm going to be a cabbage. Like, on Dyson's.
You should have come on and done that.
I know. I just let them think I'm a
not
dickhead.
punchy at all.
You know what I mean? People, the CT King and all this. I get it all. A bit.
So, out of all your fights, which ones would you say were the fucking hardest? Because there's going to be like 2 or 3 that you go, me, that geezer really fucking hurt me, or even if they haven't won, there's going to be some that you remember for being.
There was some. I give one lad a shout out in Newcastle, Billy Phillips. I came away victorious, but I will say genuinely my toughest fight I've had. It was only a 3-rounder, but the toughest fight I've ever had. I've put him down. I think it must have been 5-6 times. But then he came back and he was putting me down, and the guy just would not stop. An absolute animal. So big up to Billy Phillips. But then there's been, I'm not going to say this man's name. I'll tell you off camera, yeah. But I'll tell you, there was another time I went to Crystal Palace Football Stadium and I main evented a serious MMA show there. Should not have done it. Absolute stupidest decision I ever made in my life. But one of them things where they ring you and they go, "Oh, Dyson, do you want to do this?" Like 24 hours before. I'm like, yeah, that sounds all right. And then you get there and it's like, But yeah, I got in the cage with him and I looked at him and I swear, he's the only man I've ever looked at and just seen pure death. Right. Pure death. And some people know. And if we or any of you tell anyone who this guy is and they find the footage, I'll be fuming. Yeah, this guy. But I've just seen death in his eyes, like he was a serious brother. The guy's gone on to Bellator, you know Bellator?
Yeah, of course.
He's gone on to Bellator. Straight after fighting me, he went out the next day, won a world title, and then he's gone straight to Bellator. And I think he's only been defeated once on Bellator. If he has been defeated. I'll tell you his name after you can have a look at him, bro. He's a serious. Yeah. But
why can't you share it now? Does it?
I just
don't want to.
Well, he's called. In fact, I'm not even bothered. He's called Stephen Hill. He's an absolute animal. Do you know what I mean? Like what the? I shouldn't be fighting people. Like, I'd never trained MMA in my life. Couldn't even spell it. And I fought him.
But the thing is, like, when you have a stand up fight, when you start doing all that sort of Brazilian jiu-jitsu, throwing people on the floor, all the grappling, it's like if you fight the wrong guy, that you.
Well, he fucking kicked me. Yeah, I swear down, he kicked me. I did a 360, bro, yeah. He kicked me that hard on my front leg. I did a 360. And I'm a bit of a weirdo, so I speak to people and I fight them. And I fucking looked at him, fucking hell, that were a good one. And, bro, it wasn't a smile as in like a nice, happy smile, like, oh, yeah, I like what you just said to me. Like acknowledging my kick. It was like I'm going to fucking hurt you. And he booted me again, but in the same place. And I thought my leg had gone in half. I thought he broke my leg in half. And I had to go all the way back from London. 6 man deep in a 5-man car, all squashed up with my leg poking up there. It was a right minute, that. But even that, brother, do you know, like memories like that, the memories, even though like people will say, like, you know, when I said I wasn't going to say his name and I got a bit funny about why the fuck shouldn't I say his name? Because you know what? It's an amazing memory, bro. I went out with my mate.
World champion as well.
Yeah, and he's a beast of a man, bro. And I tell you fucking what, yeah, there ain't a single one of you little divs, yeah, that would comment on it, that whatever. I could warn you 6 months in advance you're fighting him and you shit yourselves. Never mind 24-hour notice, do you know what I mean? So people say what they want, bro. Obviously, it does affect me sometimes, but they have to realise it.
No, you've got to tell them how it is, yeah. And when you had, because you had that hench fight, didn't you? And I know everybody was like fucking, talking about it. It went everywhere, but I mean that fucking knockout was like ridiculous. That, wasn't it? I mean, it was a proper.
I mean, he's still not recovered.
Joe when
he's going to be fuming now. He's going to be fuming. You're talking about.
There's a film, and I can't remember what it was. I think it was Rocky 3. When the old boy, the trainer, says, "Rocky, knock you into tomorrow." when you hit him, I just was like, "Fucking hell!" You know, when you hit someone and you hit him just right, perfect. And it was such a heavy punch. I mean, I just thought he ain't getting up from that.
Well, he tried to, didn't he? And it went north, east, southwest. He's still, brother. Honest to God, I forget the ifs and ands and pots and pans of the rematch, because we had a rematch and. Tommy, you won fair and square, I get it, yeah. So we'll have his trilogy because we'll get you out the air. But like, But it's still not good enough for him, bro.
What round was that though? Was it that was
the first 30 seconds I smacked him clean.
Wow.
Yeah, I put him to sleep.
But then the rematch, he beat you.
The
on
rematch.
points.
So I went out. So that day, I woke up. I drove to. This is no excuses. This is just a plain and simple day as it stood. Yeah. So that day, obviously, we'll say both sides of the story as well. Actually, so in the first fight, Tommy had a CBD gummy. Yeah. So Tommy had a CBD gummy. Bearing in mind Dyson's 98% THC. But we'll move on from that. So then we'll go on to the day of the rematch, yeah? I woke up, went to Manchester. So from Manchester to my house, a good hour, 2 hour there and back. Right. And then I drove to Newcastle. I fought an ex-pro called Danny Wall, who absolutely levered me, did all my rib cage in. Right. Then I drove from Newcastle to Birmingham, which is another 5-6 hours, brother. And then I had Tommy. I got there. Princess Tommy. I had to go home and get his belt as soon as I'd warmed up. Oh, I've got to go home and get my belt. Well, Tommy, I've travelled across the circumference of England, brother. How do you need to go home and get your belt when you live 4 minutes away? Then we had to have the exact same gloves on, the exact same boxes, the exact same socks and tie shoelaces, the exact same. And it is what it is. We had a 4-round fight. And he put me down a few times, but I go up every time. We went the distance. But I mean, surely as a man, you'd satisfy yourself there, innit? Like Dyson put me down once, do you know what I mean? Knocked me out once, like, oh, put Dyson down 4 times and I beat him. Surely that'd like satisfy you, but nah. Tommy's caught up on that, brother. It's like it infests his every waking moment, his every night, every dream he has at night. It's Dyson. I mean, is it not every day I wake up?
Like?
It's a new
what's it like to have a man dream about you?
I don't know what it is. Constantly, just recently, there seems to be certain people obsessed with Luke Dyson. I mean, I've had hate off top 5 fighters in the UFC. Didn't even, and I tell them, I said, bro, you're hating on me. I said, I didn't even have a fucking clue who you were until you messaged me.
Let's not cuddle on the floor. Let's stand up and we'll see.
But I'm not, but like, the thing is, bro, I think it hurts them all, like, when these people are like, I fought in the UFC. Like, well, I don't care. That don't bother me, bro. I'm focused on, the thing is, what people don't understand is, bro, I'm not focused on myself. 90% of the rest of the world, I don't give about, bro. Right. Do you know what I mean? Not in a bad way, but because if you focus on everyone else, bro, you're never going to get anywhere with your own life, are you? I mean, I try to help everyone I can, but like, as for flipping some footballer, sorry, Lou. He loves his football. But as some football, like, he'll tell you, bro, I'll go sit in a football stadium, I won't have a clue. Man United, I couldn't name you 2 players, bro. Right. I genuinely couldn't. So, yeah. I've got certain people, bro, that are at the top of their career, bro, and they hate on me. And like, but why? I'm not trying to do what you've done. And to be quite honest, if what you've done has led to you being who you are, and this goes out to a few of yous out there, innit? Like, you always come at me and you always say, oh, well, you ain't done this, well, you ain't done that, and I've done this and I've done that. Well, if that's what you've done and you've become the person that you have through doing what you've done, then believe me, I don't want none of that, innit? You keep all of that. I'm doing my own thing and I'll go my own journey. Yeah. So I just had to put that out to them, bro, because people get it twisted, bro. Like, if I've done this and I've done that. Well, if you've done all that and that's who you've become from that, don't want none of it. Right.
And with Hench, you think there's going to be another fight?
Will have to be.
Right, okay.
It's like
the decider.
It's like chicken and chips, innit, bro? Do you know
Let's talk about chicken and chips.
Chicken and chips.
So you had
you see, chicken and chips. You make your videos on TikTok. I'm gonna wait, and I'll come out here and I'll do my video like this, brother. I'll give you maximum exposure.
So what's chicken and chips' real name?
Nomi Prince Baig.
Okay, so Nomi Prince Baig. You've had 2 fights.
Two fights.
You had 2 fights. Yeah. So the first fight was Chicken Gate.
Yeah, no. So the first fight was in Leeds. That was the first CSL event. We went out. It was the first one. I actually proposed to my fiance on this night as well. It was a great night. It was the only fight I ever actually, up until that point, I only ever actually put some effort into, because like I told you, brother, I didn't care about the thing. I was just turning up for a scrap. But then I got presented this Nomi. The thing is, I was meant to fight him on a show in Leeds. Right. He pulled out on me, said that he got arrested. So I went and had an MMA fight in Manchester. Right. And then I was meant to fight him again, and he pulled out on me again and left me standing.
Is he a real prince, or is that just...
Oh, he's a yak.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know if you had to, like...
This is what I got all confused about as well, but I think it's just...
I'll be honest with you, I don't follow... I follow, obviously, professional boxing, but I haven't heard of these fighters. Is it unlicensed, or is it...
Yeah, but even if you were deep into the unlicensed, you'd never hear of him anyway. To be fair, just this drama that's brought him out, just all this drama that brought him out of the woodwork, to be honest. And then this is what he lives off. So what was I saying? Yeah, so we had the fight on the first CSL. Obviously, he stood out. He pulled out on me a few times. Do you know what I mean? And then he put my name forwards for an opponent.
Right.
Nice one on me. Do you know what I mean? He put me up. So we had the scrap. I was beating him on the judges' scorecards, 4 rounds up to the 5. But he beat me 5 seconds before the final bell. So it left a lot in the mix. Do you know what I mean? But we walked away from it, is what it is. And then the promoter came back 2 years later and said, look, would you like the rematch? I said, fucking goddamn yeah, we'll have it. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
We went, and then things got a bit heated. We had a bit of a gloves are off. Things got a bit heated. Things got said that shouldn't have been said. Your kind and this and that. I don't know what my kind is because I ain't got a clue what my kind is either. But yeah, things got said that shouldn't have been said. He said things that he shouldn't have said. And yeah, he said Dyson don't pose a threat to me. And I told him, I said, brother, if you still think I'm the same man that you fought 2 years ago, you're mistaken.
Right.
And he said, Dyson, you're no threat to me. And then he came, and the eyes of the world were on that fight, but because of the things he'd said and because of how he conducted himself, literally, the eyes of the world were on it. And the chicken and chips happened. He got put straight through the ropes in 30 seconds, straight into the box of chicken and chips.
So you knocked him out, but his head ended up in a plate of chicken and chips.
So
that's chicken and chip game, right?
Yeah, chicken and chip, yeah. Honestly, Chicanos have never had a better advertisement, bro. So the ring's like, obviously, the judges' table's here, bro, yeah.
Did they ring you up after someone to sponsor you?
They should have done, shouldn't they? I've never actually been around them. They sure they owe me a free box of dippers.
So come on, I want a free card, mate. I want some free chicken.
Do you remember this? No, so obviously the ring's here, and then you got the judges' tables here, haven't you? And he's come out the judges' ring that way, fruit ropes, and landed on the table. And his head's been box of chicken and chips has been here. I'll send you a clip. It's a fucking beauty. I've got it in HD. Right. The judge just goes, we gets box of chicken and chips from under his head, doesn't it, Lou? Yeah, plain as day. Just looks at him on table, because everyone knows what he's done and what he said, bro. No one in there wanted him to win, apart from a couple of his mates. Right. And they just moved his chicken and chips over there, so they were nice and safe, and just left him on table.
I take it you watch that clip every night before you go to bed.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? At the time, it was nice.
Right.
But still, at the same time, I tried to walk over into him, did I not? And just say, look, bygones are bygones, my brother. But he didn't want none of it. Do you know these people, Tommy, Nomad, they can't, they're all fucking ending in E. Do you know what I mean? I don't understand it. There seems to be a pattern. I hope they don't fish together. But yeah, I've got a thing. All my haters are fishermen, bro. Really? All my trolls are fishermen. Honestly, I'll show you on my phone as well, bro. If you type fishing on my photo album, it comes up with screenshots of fishermen, all trolls on my Facebook, bro, all holding a different size fish.
What is that about?
It's mad. But yeah, so people like Tommy and Nomi, they just can't get over it. They can't. I don't know what it is about me, bro. Like they can't get over it. So yeah.
Is it, so those two you've had the ongoing beef with. Is there anyone else, or is that it's just them two?
There was that Hassan fight the other week where they. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've even come down here into your offices. I can't remember what was his name. Is he your business partner? Ben. Ben mentioned to me, he said, oh, that fight. Do you know what I mean? Like, I come down Southend on sea 5-6 hours away, and even Ben's seen it, bro, and he knows, do you know what I mean? Pure robbery. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know, like, the guy said he used to do a bit of judging and that. Do you know what I mean? He knows, he's aware. Do you know, things like that, bro? Like, they call my name out, they shout my name all over the internet. They had the right go at me. I said to him, I'm not interested in it. Like, you've approached me the wrong way. All I ever asked for is my money and my respect. I can't be arsed with the rest of it, bro. Because, like, with Nomi, I went down a dark hole, brother, and I'm sat in my bathtub at night. Honestly, 30 minutes, no water in my bath, thinking, what am I going to do to this man? And I don't like being like that, me. It consumes me, bro. Mental health and that, man. You end up sucked down. Like, bro, it's not lowering yourself to their level, but it is you mentally, you go into that place when it drains the life out of me, man, especially when you're waiting for months.
What do you do to help your mental health then when you get into
people up?
Right. I think that's a good. There you go. So there's the answer. Go out and people up if you're having a bad day.
But get paid for it.
And everything will be fine. Yeah, and you don't get arrested.
No. I think
see, no one's given this a mental health talk advice before, so
yeah,
you could be onto something here, Luke.
Do you know, bro, I think that is what it is for me. I think I just found something that I love, and you know, I find solace in it, bro. I really do find solace in it. Like, people go to me, oh, Dyson's lost. Right, number one, when you said Dyson's lost 5 of his last fights, is that because the referee said Dyson's lost past 5 of his fights? Because, come on, guys, fucking realise. Do you know what I mean? But then again, at the same time, like, for me to actually lose a fight, I have to be put on my ass and put out. Do you know what I mean? And that doesn't really happen that very often anymore.
Right.
It used to happen quite a lot when I didn't take it serious, but now.
And you've got have you got any these belts that you've won? Do you have to defend them, or have you just won them and then you move on to the next one?
I'm a bit of a fucker like that, yeah.
Right.
So do you know what it is? Right, this is how I say it. The belts are my achievements, my brother. Physically, I want the belt to keep forever. Because from where my life was, my brother, like, even sat here with yourself today, I don't suck ass. I never suck anyone's ass, me, but it's a blessing to be here.
I don't want you on the show then.
Nah, but it's a blessing to be here, brother. Do you know?
No, I appreciate you coming on, brother.
It's a humbling experience, like, from watching yourself on the screen and for the things that you've achieved and done, and then to be able to sit here in front of you and share my story with you. It's amazing, bro. And I'd never have thought I'd ever be anywhere like, and neither would anyone I knew, would they, bro? Yeah, and that's God's honest truth. Like,
it's amazing, Luke. Thank you.
Do you know? And it's just the humbleness of the situation, bro. What I'm open to, like, and I realise the world for what it is.
But no, I really wanted to have you on here because I thought, you know, this guy, because I've I never fought to any level, but I did it when I was younger. But I've always had a love for fighting and boxing, and I've always enjoyed violence. You know, normally watching other people do it. But I've always, I don't know, just always resonated with people that are actually, you know, when you get in the ring, whether you're MMA, whether you're boxing, whether you're, you know, whatever you're doing, you are kind of putting your life on the line.
Oh,
right?
100%.
And I think there's something gladiatorial about it, something exciting about it.
That's what it feels. That's what it feels like to me. Gladiator vibes, bro.
So that's why I get excited by it. And then when I started sort of seeing some of your stuff, and Ben sort of said to me, he said, "Oh, Luke," he goes, "look at this guy." I said, "I've actually seen bits of his stuff, but I've not actually been to any of these fights. And I was going to go on Friday, but I wish I had gone now because then I've actually seen you fight."
Do you know what it is? I think with the unlicensed scene, like, I've done the pro, I've done the amateurs and all this, and on the MMA and the kickboxing and all that. But, like, with the unlicensed scene, it's a bit of an unknown. Like, I think it's not given the respect it deserves. Because a lot of ex-pros and a lot of ex-amateurs will come back to the unlicensed scene. At the moment, some good money to be made. There's lads, we can go out there, we can fight 4, 5, 6 shows a weekend. Not saying it's right, but some people sit there and take all weekend, brother. Do you know what they do? No, but I'm just being real, bro. They do. Do you know what? Some people will... everyone's got something, bro, and some of us just like to fight, bro, and some of us find peace in the violence, bro, and we get paid for it as well. Do you know? So I think unlicensed boxing is really coming open to the world now, and just seeing, like, it's exciting, bro. It really is exciting.
That's the other reason why I wanted you on, Luke, because I actually thought, you know, people don't. I mean, you know, they might do if they know you, but I don't think you've actually publicly told people about you growing up and your story.
No, not really.
And I think it's nice to let people actually know, you know, what led you to where you are. Do you know what I mean? Because there's always a story.
Yeah, I think. You know, I think the thing, that's the thing. I think a lot of people, bro, they're like, "Oh, I've always been fighting and I'm this." Bro, God's honest truth, I was a victim for a long time, me. But, like, you've always loved the fighting and this. But do you know what it is? God's honest truth. But I can't count how many times I spent in my house, terrified to even go outside, scared to walk on streets, and just being a pure victim, bro. But now I'll never allow that to happen, bro. Do you know what I mean?
That took a lot for you to get rid of that.
I had to go through it, bro. I was bullied. We discussed it on the way up here. I think in a lot of situations, especially as an older adult, I think I was groomed at points as well, wasn't I, bro? Like, we were talking about it on the way up here. It is grooming, bro. Like, but in a criminal kind of way, not like in a sexual kind of way. Groomed, took the mick out of me, used and abused, and I think that really took its toll on me. But I tell you something, brother, after going through all that and being in them situations, no one will ever take me for a dickhead again. This is a thing, bro. People don't. Sorry, I keep swearing, but I'm just real as it comes.
You haven't said the word yet. So it's okay.
I think that's his West Yorkshire. It just comes straight out. But like, the thing is with fighting, bro, like, and with quite a few of the lads, where some people say, "Oh, it's scary in there." It's not scary because some people. Scarier shit's happened 10 times out of the ring than you could ever imagine. Well, we know what's going to happen in that ring. You're going to get in there, you're going to get smacked, and the bell's going to go, and someone's going to get out. Do you know what I mean? But life can be darker and scarier for certain people, brother. Not saying that it's for me, 'cause at the moment, thankfully, we've always got as demons, bro, no matter what. But I've got a beautiful fiance who's my absolute world.
And was that your idea to do the proposal thing? Or
Yeah, it was. I wish I didn't.
Right.
No, I'm flipping extra. Banana, when you watch this, I didn't mean that. I wish I hadn't given it on such a night that I did. I wish I'd have picked a better night for her because she deserves so much more. I took a loss on that night as well. But was it you that said to me? I'm sure it was you that told me. It said, "Look, if you're going to propose to her, just propose to her, whether you win or lose." I'm sure it was you.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah. I'm sure it was, and he got kicked out. And he didn't even see the proposal. He got kicked out halfway through the fight.
What a great thing though.
In front of millions, brother. But because she deserves it. And I show my fiance off proudly in front of the world, and I always will. There's no woman that will ever, women just don't register to me.
Right.
And it's not even about the way she is a beautiful woman. It's not about the way she looks, but it's who she is inside.
So you meant
everything.
So you mentioned earlier that you had a son previously.
Yeah.
Have you had any kids together? Now you're with your
Me and Banana haven't, no, not yet.
That's
will come will come. But I will marry the girl very soon. I'll marry her. I'll make her my wife. She'll look beautiful walking down the aisle, and hopefully I will spend the rest of my life with her. God willing, brother. Do you know what I mean?
And what your plans for the future now? You got?
I don't plan for the future.
You just plan for the weekend?
Not even that. Yeah. I don't even do that. Even Banana will tell you, boys, she messaged on this. Hannah will say, "Well, I don't know one fighting unless it's like a major fight that everyone's gonna." I don't have a clue, me, and that's not out of any disrespect. It's just I've got that many blooming fights booked in. I don't know whether it's Sam on a Sunday or Mark on a Monday. Do you know what I mean? Like I just get in the car. Banana will say, "Right, we're off to Birmingham now, or we're off to London now, or we're off to Southampton," and I'll turn up, and then they'll go, "Luke Dyson," and I'll walk out to my tune, and then they'll shout my opponent's name. I'm like, "Damn, there's you."
And how do your fights get made? Do you have like a manager, or is it just literally made?
Hannah Banana.
Right.
So someone will contact
Hannah Banana.
Yeah, people will contact me.
Right.
Probably won't get a response because I'm absolutely crap on my phone. So then they'll message Hannah, and then Hannah will take a look at the opponent. 9 times out of 10, when Hannah looks at the opponent, we would usually do all right. But when it's left in my hands, I end up setting myself up with like some undefeated killer. Murdered the last 10 people in the ring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
I remember one of the times, actually, the first time I ever got set up on a title fight, I was in Newcastle. Was it on Stephen Sinclair's show? It might have been actually a fight fest at Walker Dome. And I was there. I was about to walk out and film my mates, Zach and Goods and that with me. And they went, "Fighting for the British title, undefeated across da-da-da-da-da." And I was listening to this guy's walkout sat in this ring ball thinking, "Fuck me, where the f*** I put myself here?" But it was a terrifying list of accolades as well. And then this massive unit comes storming towards me. Yeah, I think he actually run. I don't think he walked out. I think he run out. I think it was like
getting excited.
Charging bull, bro, yeah. And that was a painful night.
And with your, like, in your career, have you got any sort of like funny stories? Because there must be some funny stories.
Some absolutely fucking mental ones. Let me think now.
They can be X-rated, they can be PG, they can be 15.
Yeah, well, there was basically with Odjed, that was my second ever hybrid title. This was on a hybrid boxing. This was on Scott McHugh's show also. Liam Hodgson, a Halifax lad, local to myself. And we grew up around each other in the Huddersfield, Halifax area, both very well known to each other. But Hodge had grown up in the fighting kind of scene, you know.
Right.
His dad was quite a well-known fighter. I think Hodge wanted the fight with myself, approached him. It was quite a big fight within the local area, massively blown up. It managed to make the newspapers and whatnot. Do you know what I mean? It was for an English title or a British title. That was hybrid boxing. And we went out to that, and I managed to secure the win in the second round.
Wow.
And then Liam Duffy jumped in the ring.
Right.
Yeah, Mr. Duffy jumped in the ring and didn't even give me a chance to pick my belt up off the floor and faced me off and wanted to put it all over me. I think we all know Mr. Duffy. Mr. Duffy is currently... we still were allowed to say, aren't we?
Yeah.
Mr. Duffy's been a very naughty, dirty, disgusting boy. And he's on a series of very unfortunate charges at the moment, mate, yeah. So it looks like Mr. Duffy will be, rightly so, spending a long, long period of his life at His Majesty's service. And I'm sure the lads inside will teach him a lesson.
Right. So he got in the ring.
Faced me off.
And then Did you actually have a fight with him?
Oh yeah, I splattered him. I battered him. I think what did I do? Knocked him. And I knocked him clean out in 10 I think I spat. I left him unconscious in the ring. I'll say this rightly so now because you know what it is, Liam, what you've done, bro. And you might watch this on your bail, but if not, what he's done and what he's being charged for and it's disgusting. And you know, no man should do that. So yeah, you deserved it, buddy. You got put out in 30 seconds flat. You got left clean out, and got not even that really, was it, bro? Folded. Yeah, folded, clean out. Yeah, you shouldn't have asked for it. You got what you asked for. About and find out, right. Innit? And then now years on, it's come out that he's committed all sorts of these heinous crimes, brother. So you know it is what it is. The same with Nomi, brother. Do you know what it is? I don't know if you're a religious man yourself, brother, but I'm a religious man. And even if you're not, I think you can believe the universe works in vibrations and frequencies, and you get out what you put into this world. See, with Nomi, I looked across at him and I told him, like I'm sat with you now, and I said, listen, you cannot, like that, a bit like a Fury and Deontay Wilder moment. The way he looks at him and says, you can't fucking defeat me, you got the devil in you. Well, I said the same to that Nomi, you're a demon, you got a demon in you. And you know, there's these certain people, bro, that the demons are real, bro, and they walk through life, and there's people that shouldn't be on this planet, bro. These people are some of them like Liam. How do you expect you're gonna defeat me, bro? When that's who you truly are. Nomi, how do you think you're ever gonna defeat me? It's not about your skill. It's not about like your level, your fight IQ level. It's about who you are truly, bro. Because the universe and the God doesn't whoever you believe in, my brother, it doesn't allow you to work that way. Do you know what I mean? Whether what race or religion you are. Do you know what I mean?
Obviously, with your sort of social media stuff, you've grown it and gone from sort of 0 to sort of 50 million people, which is insane.
Yeah.
Was that done intentionally, or did you just think, I'm actually doing this every day anyway, so I might as well just film it?
Well, it was kind of, so what it was is I'd been fighting for 2 years already. And I thought, Luke, you're just bloody crazy, this. Like, you're fighting nutter after nutter 3, 4, 5 times a weekend. As a lot of the other lads are, do you know what I mean? Like, big up to Aidan, Eric, all the lads that are out there risking their lives, unspoken ones as well. Right. But they're missing a trick, do you know? I love them to bits, but you're missing a trick, lads. Like, flipping heck, you got people out there on holiday filming it. You got people eating food filming it. We're fighting absolute animals and we're not bloody filming it. And the promotions are filming it, sticking it up, and they're getting paid for it. So I thought, and the thing is, like, you see the fight, but you don't see the before. You don't see the after. Right. You don't see what comes into it. You know, like the bit of fear that you've got beforehand. You don't see like the jubilation or having to accept the loss afterwards. See, this is another thing, brother, that separates maybe me from the other people that don't understand. Like, I think I'm bothered about a loss, bro. Like. People think that think they're built on losses. Like, well, I'm not. A loss is a fucking loss. What? Someone's gonna beat me up in the ring? Do you think I give a fuck? I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get paid. And I'm just gonna carry on my life. But wins and losses. I think I said it to you earlier, didn't I, bro? Wins and losses mean nothing to me.
And with your when you do your videos, and you have your fights and you do your posts, and like you said earlier, you know, you have a large contingency of fishermen that troll you.
Oh yeah,
right. But when you first started getting some negativity online, what was your initial thing? Did you just want to go in around and beat them up, or were you just like, who the fuck's this? Or because you know, some people can take it and they just laugh about it, but other people it does actually affect them.
But you do know. Honest to God, considering the fact I'm going on holiday, what was I going to go do after this?
We know where someone lives.
I know where someone lives. Someone who put some stupid video up about me the other day. Someone who's been putting relentless videos up about me, calling me a dastard and saying this and saying that. I only live 10 minutes away from here.
This is good.
This out of the universe. I'm telling you, bro. Universe is vibrations and frequencies, bro. How it works, like you said, Stacks is just coming now. Do you know what I mean? It all works together, brother. So this numpty has been putting his videos up, thinking Dyson's all the way from Halifax. You know, Dyson travels the country every day. Don't ever think. Delivery, it's Dyson, surprise, motherfucker. Do you know? No, but bro, I seriously, I'm gonna go home now because obviously Louis drove all this way. We are gonna go home. You know what it is? I'm not gonna be let another man control my destiny. I go try find him now. There's 1,000 things that could happen, and they're probably all not gonna end up in a good way. Right. But keep fucking about because I really am like, bro. Like this is the thing as well. People get it twisted, bro. Like I am a fighter that's trying to prove I'm a demon, bro. Like my head's fucked. My head's It's like I'll fucking hurt them, bro. Like, you know, like, and I'm trying everything I try to do is not to be that person, innit?
Right.
Not to be that person, bro. So I keep thinking I'm a fucking dosser. But you know, when I turn up and you know, there's a certain line in the bro. There's a certain line. So people want to, like, you're all good being on the internet, but the internet, yeah, that's where I put my videos. But I don't live on the internet, brother. People don't live on the internet, and real life can smack you in the fucking face, bro. And are you really about that life? Are you really about it? Because when it lands on your toes, bro, and it's in front of you, and you ain't got that option, you ain't got that referee, be careful what you're saying in it, because people, you know, they're relentless, bro. I know it's my fault I put my stuff out there.
But I genuinely think that if there should be some troll hunters that
there
go
should.
around beating trolls.
But we go to jail.
No, I'm not saying we should do it. But I'm just saying they should employ some troll hunters.
Yeah, well, we were going to do it. I'm going to do it with one of my mates, Matthew Lem.
Do you know it'd be quite funny if you actually filmed, you know, get some people dressed up in like troll masks, turn up their house and then smash their hands up with hammers and then stop trolling you then.
Do you know what it is? I think
that'd go viral, but it'd probably get us arrested because they think it's something to do with us.
that's it. Do you know what the thing is though, brother? Like, yo, I could make 1,000 police reports saying all these people are doing all this to me, doing all that to me, and I'm not joking, brother. Like, I'll tell you as well off camera because like some of it I don't really. Well, people have tried getting some, you know, because I put myself out there. People try to attack you in the worst ways, brother. Like, I genuinely, and I'm not saying this, like, but I don't do anyone any wrong. I just go about my life. I'm not focused on my own shit. I don't, like, when people troll me, I don't actively troll other people. Even if I see someone I don't like, bro, I will not write any negative shit already because I'm too busy, bro. Right. Whereas I don't get these other people do it and I don't know, they don't realise the world's a real
What is the
place.
you must have had so what's your worst like stalker troll thing? There's got to be one that really stands out where somebody's either said something or done something that you've just actually thought, well, you know.
I don't know. There's a few, but do you know what it is? They can say that there's a couple that I'd love to get. There's one guy, Neil Piffy. He fucking does my fucking head in. Neil Piffy. I'd love to slap it already. I think a few of my mates have found out who he is. But
right.
Do you know what the thing is? When you get to the bottom of it, these people like. My brother, honestly, like, you end up sympathising. Like they'll say the most horrible things to me, but I'll find out who they are and what their existence is. And this is not me saying that. Well, no, there is better. We'll get onto that. There is people are better than people in the world. There are people say, "Oh, no one's better than anyone." No, that's bullshit. Yeah. But we'll get onto that.
It's like saying everyone should be the same. That's bullshit.
Yeah. Now everyone goes, "Oh, there's." No one's better than anyone else. No, there is. Because some people are on this planet with good intentions and to do good with the world. And some people are on this planet with just bad intentions. So therefore, some people are better than the others. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, like, with people like Neil, like, yo, when I look into you, brother, and like I see a picture of you, a little maggot fish. Well, I don't know if Neil's a fisher. He probably is. But like, do you know when I look into the lives, brother? And
was he standing there like that in his picture?
Yeah, nah, it's never like that, bro. It's never like that. It's always like, yeah. No, but they've got such sad, miserable lives, brother. And that's not me trying to say that my life's any better, but I'm happy, I'm content with my life, bro. I'm busy doing my own thing, so I'm not passing judgment on his life or your life or Louis' life or anyone else's because I'm busy. So they're passing judgment on my life, and it's like, how the fuck are you so obsessed with me when you don't know me? And number two, like, yo, why are you so obsessed? And when you look into it, number one, they're not achieving, they're not doing anything, and that doesn't mean they're achieving wonderful things. That just means day to day, they're not doing anything of sustenance with their life, bro. They're not happy with where they are. They're looking around. Maybe they've achieved all these major things like these other trolls that get me, that are at the pinnacle of the career. But like, they're hating on me. Like, how have you achieved all that? But Luke Dyson's your main concern. Or are you threatened by me? You shouldn't be threatened by me because you got nothing I want. But like, I don't know. Someone said it to me the other day, bro, and they said, Luke, you must be making that much noise that they feel threatened by you for them to want to attack you when you don't do anything to them. I don't know whether that's true, but...
Do you know what? I mean, I think if you're doing something good, and because you've only been doing it for 3 years, you've had a massive output. Like you said, you're the busiest fighter probably in the world, right? And, you know, you're getting all this social media attention. People are talking about you. And I think some people look at it and go, I should have done that. And it's more like an envy thing. I don't think it's I think it's more like, you know, it's like someone saying, I've invented something and made $1 billion, and you go, you know, it's such a good idea. Why didn't I do that? But then you just then move on with your lives. But other people eats them up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
I think you are right.
yeah.
You are. And I think the hardest part for me to swallow about that, brother, is to think that I've ever got anything for anyone to ever be jealous of. Do you know? Because I'm not a perfect guy, but
you're the ultimate male.
Yeah. No, but you say that, but like I look all right, yeah. But so can fucking they.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, bro, if they see me 7 years ago, but I probably look worse than they did. This is hard work, this, bro. Like,
you didn't just wake up and look like that.
Do you know what I mean? I didn't just pop down shop and get it on finance. Do you know what I mean? Apart from 0% APR. You know what I mean? No, they did. If I don't pay this membership every month, Winnie comes and takes it back off me.
and obviously we talked about dark side, right? But there's a positive side. So what's the maddest sort of super fan experience you've had where have you had sort of, you know, I mean, you must have a lot of women like chasing you. Your missus must get.
No, do you know what it is? That's one thing, my brother. And that is it's a massive thank you as well, actually. Out of pure respect, I think everyone can see how much I adore my fiance, bro. Yeah. I have no attention. I don't want no. And
no, but it's just because you're there. It's like, you know, you'll have guys that love watching you fight, and you'll have girls that love watching you fight.
I think like the statistics, like I think you got all these statistics on Facebook and that, don't you? It's just a men, bro. It's just men. Okay. I mean, not that I'm complaining about that. Do you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, even with bro, I genuinely have no interest. Like I walk through shows, I've just got tunnel vision. My missus is stood next to me, said, "Bro, go get my medical." Yeah. Do you know?
I'm just looking forward, babe. I'm not looking at anyone.
Do you know what it is? But if there is women out there that support me, just because I don't actually see it, I respect that and appreciate that, and just as much as a man, and I'll take my time out and stop and thank anyone. Like this is one thing. I think just while I've got the opportunity, I'd just like to thank everyone that does support me and does show me love, because even though we spent so long talking about the negative side, like I said, there's a bright side, and so many people show me support. Social media is a dark place, and please don't think if you message me or you comment on something, some supportive or positive, and I don't reply that I'm ignorant or I don't appreciate it, because I really do, and it's support like that helps me keep going, bro, because me, this social media can take you to a dark place. You shouldn't let it, but it does. But I just want to say, everyone that does support me, thank you. And I'm sorry if I don't get back to it all.
Big up the Dyson mates.
Big up, yeah. The rest of you. Yeah.
And you know, there's be people that are watching this or listening to this that admire you and would love to hear how they could be like you, whether that's they want to be big on social media or they want to go into fighting. So if you was to, you know, bearing in mind you've gone through this, right? If you was going to give someone some advice now and say, look, if you want to fight, this is a template. This is what you got to do. You know, if you want to do social media well, this is what you got to do. What would your advice be?
Find something that you're happy with. You've got to love what you do, because if you do what you love, you know. If you love what you do, you know you'll always do what you love. Do you know what I mean? You never work a day in your life like yourself.
You've got to work. You've got to put the hours in. You know, because that's the what I want to really sort of get across is if people go, I want to do what you do, right? You know, it's hard work, but I want people to understand how hard it is.
Be prepared.
There is no shortcut. Everyone thinks it's a hack, or if you join this,
well, they
online,
think I'm the hack, bro. They think I'm the hack. So you get people they'll fight me, and they'll think, right. So like you just said a minute ago, I'll wake up tomorrow and I'll be Dyson, I'll beat Dyson, and I'll take all Dyson's followers. Do you know what I mean? Like, not that that's how the world should be anyway, but like at the end of the day, them people, they follow me because they support me and my journey, or even because they don't like me, but they still follow me. But like, it's because they like me and my journey. So you've got to become yourself in it. Don't try take, like you said, try take the shortcut. Don't try going to the top and knock someone out and think everyone's gonna, because you still wake up in the same bed every morning. So put your working on yourself. Work on yourself in that. I don't know. I think with myself, brother, like I love it, me. I have to do it. Like the fighting came onto my lap. Everything just comes with life, and it came onto my lap. But the fighting, some people can't accept the losses. Like I've had 158 losses. Do you understand how many losses I've had? Do you understand how many people have ripped me across the internet over and over again for embarrassing losses? But have I given in? Nah. You think if I cared about someone's opinions, bro, I would have stopped 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, and I wouldn't be sat with yourself now. Right. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have got that acting job up in Scotland. I would not have gone to all these amazing opportunities and amazing places and meeting all these amazing people. That, to be honest, bro, like, I'm not going to lie, there's people now in my phone book and in my contact list, bro, that my friends idolised, you know, and like, or even that I grew up, like, flipping it, there's people I talk to and I'm like, pinch myself, like, or like, even I'll be with, like, Louis, we'll go places and he'll be like, do you know what that was? And I'm like, what the fuck? Don't know. But then, like, it's like, pinch me moment, like you've come far, but it's taken a hell of a lot. So it's just not giving in, like, regardless of what people say, regardless of what people do in it.
I think that was one of my favourite quotes in the Rocky movies, where Rocky says, it's not about how many times you get knocked down, it's about how many times you get up.
It is real.
And it
brother.
is that thing, you've got to keep getting up, keep having a go, don't give up, you know.
In life, boy, do you know what the thing is? I don't know. I wouldn't be where I am if I was undefeated, brother. I'm where I am because people can defeat me. And I'm just real with it, bro. Like, I am who I am. What happens, innit?
Yeah.
Life's up, life's down, bro. Do you know what I mean? I'll fight anyone, I'll fucking. Do you know what I mean? Guaranteed, bro. You tell me something, you ring me up, you say to me, look, I'll turn up this date, pay me this much, you fight this guy, and you know I'm going to do it. Simple as that, bro. How many people can say that? You know, you got people say, oh, I'm undefeated. But are you really undefeated? Are you willing to just go fight anyone? Or have you got to do your homework and ask them what size shoe they are and what they had for lunch last week? You know what I mean? Like, there is no shortcuts, brother. It's all hard work. It's painful. You want to be a fighter. The thing is, there's hundreds of thousands of fighters out there in England and in the world, bro. What makes you any different from the rest of them? That's what you got to find. And that's what makes you any different, because they're all trying to be number one. Everyone wants to be the best in the UFC. Everyone wants to be the WBC champion. Right. What makes you different? We mentioned Gladiator earlier. What did they say in Gladiator? The crowd never loved me because I killed quickly. They loved me because I entertained. That's when it comes out and goes, are you not entertained? You're not, why do you think I'm here? Because I entertain, brother. When my tunes drop, when my name gets announced in that arena, whether it's in a social club or a massive thing, but people feel it, brother. And I make sure they feel it because I know that's how I've got to sell myself. I've got to make that impression. You got to straight in like 100 mile an hour.
So what time it is.
Yeah, hairs on the neck. And people said it. I say it to people. And do you know what it is? I said, my opponent on the O2, from the O2 said it. And afterwards, even though he beat me, he said, I felt no fear coming up to this fight. And he said, as soon as Luke's name got mentioned and that tune dropped, he said, all the hairs on the back of my neck stand up.
He was like,
and that's what you got to do. So look, I might have lost, but I guarantee you, everyone in that room felt that energy, and everyone in that room remembers who Luke Dyson is after that fight. Simple as that.
100%.
If you're a troll, then you'll think, oh yeah, well, Luke Dyson. But I can tell you what, there's some amazing people with some amazing accolades sat in that place, and you know what it is, didn't have a bad word to say to me.
Yeah, happy days. Well, look, I've really enjoyed having you on the show, mate. I mean, it's been a pleasure to meet you properly. No, it's been great. I mean, that's the whole point. I want to hear your story. It's not mine, it's yours. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
I might have to do my own, invite you down.
Why not?
So,
thanks so much for tuning in to this week's Criminal Connection podcast. Luke Dyson, what a fucking great guest. What a legend. Make sure you see him fighting in a ring near you. Make sure you tune in next week. We've got another amazing guest. And make sure you drop us a comment and subscribe so we can grow this channel. We want to hit that 1 million subscribers and we want to get more legends like Luke on. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the other side.